Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. I was in the gym today at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
yes, I was. And don't think I'm wearing this medium shirt because I want to show off any new muscles. I have gained 3 pounds and I'm feeling fat. So I am wearing fitting clothing now because the baggy clothes has allowed my weight to go. I'm only 210, but still 210. I mean, coming from 323 is still a big accomplishment, but I feel the pounds. I'm happy to be thinner, but I'm feeling a little thick on the thick side today. But it's also winter and we're hibernating. Although I'm not hibernating with anybody, I'm lonely. It's just me holding my rolls. I'm happy with who I am. I'm in love with my life and I'm in love with my body. I have to say, we have to start taking our healthcare serious. We're talking about how I was sick and then my back went out and then I had this sinus thing falling apart. But I woke up today at 5 o'clock, went to the gym at 5:30. I said, God is good. And there's something about getting up earlier. I know you're an early riser. He is up early.
I didn't used to be.
Meditating and all this other stuff with his washboard abs that he bought. But, there is something about getting up early. The air is different. There's no traffic. You get where you got to go. The energy is clear. Not all the hustle bustle of people. So I may have started a new trend. Take my Adderall at 3 p.m., stay up to get the work done, do it all, and be in bed by 9 and get up early. Because what am I really missing at 10 o'clock?
Nothing. And do you take magnesium?
Okay.
Add that in?
Listen, I did IV therapy because I do get all my vitamins once a week or once every other week in my veins directly. And I used to take magnesium at night. Have you ever taken magnesium?
No.
I do it every night.
You will sleep like a baby.
But I could fall asleep at the club. I fall asleep everywhere. So
But it's a different kind of sleep.
It's
Really?
that deep sleep that gives you everything you need. And then when you wake up, you feel refreshed.
Yep.
I haven't taken magnesium in a while because I haven't taken my prep in a while either because I'm waiting on the shot. From the doctor you got a shot this morning? Well, my shot has been ordered. It's not in. But either way, I'm really trying to figure out, we met yesterday to talk about all the time management of next year because next year I'll be a talk show host, podcaster, founder of an award show, owner of a media company, and the city councilman for District 6 in Stockton. So I have all these things, but I have to lean on my team. I have a great team. And we were talking yesterday, Rob and I, who produced the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards. We had the most beautiful show last year, but this year is going to be so iconic that, baby, I may go to the city council meeting with sunglasses on just because that's how cool I'm going to be. I'm really proud of the vision that we have for this year. But we also said this year, the goal is to get Rob and Andrew seated at my table for the entire program. That is the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You got to start somewhere, but we have enough time to do proper planning. The creative is going to be beautiful. So if you ever want to check out the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards, we're going to figure out an online ticketing system that Rob is excited about. And we're going to make it available for some people to come. But we're also reconfiguring how the after party is going to be. I think it's going to be, it's growing into it's coming into its senior year.
Yeah, we figure out the kinks every year. And we just make it better and better and better and
better.
better.
Okay, well, look, lots going on in the news. Before we even get into the tea, because it's breaking right now and there's so many updates, we're just going to wait to hold this over until the dust settles or somebody goes to jail. Our friend Remy Ma is in a meltdown online with her ex, who I didn't even know was an ex, Papoose, who's dating
allegedly
Clarissa Shields, who's always on my Instagram. She's a boxer. She likes to fight people. Well, now she wants to fight Remy, but Remy don't fight. Where's it at? There's a whole fight happening on right now. I'm not going to even get into details because by the time I get done with this show, there will be more. So on the next podcast, we're going to break down all things Remy. May even invite Remy or Papoose or Clarissa to the podcast so we could break it all down. The other thing I want to do too is going into the new year, we're going to give you more content. So this podcast is going to come twice a week and we're going to do the daily. We're going to bring back the deep dive where we actually invite guests to come into the show virtually, where we can ask questions or have them participate in hot topics. I was even thinking maybe like a panel. So you may get like a 3-people panel on a topic or whatever. So we're figuring out all the details. Stay tuned for that. But let's just get straight to what you're here for, and that's the tea with Jason Lee. Rob Screensaver's back in the news, or the killer. That's what we'll call him. Okay, in the last episode, we recapped the whole murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson and how the murder suspect was arrested and identified as a 26-year-old man named Luigi Maggioni. Now, we left off with Luigi appearing in a Pennsylvania court for the first time after a McDonald's employee and customer tipped off the police. Now, apparently he was in there in the corner eating a hash brown, took his mask down, got caught. And they're also saying that the person who reported him is not getting the $50,000 reward money because they called 911 and not the crime, which is crazy. You need to call Walter Mosley and get on that and sue them. Anyway, Luigi has been denied bail. And his attorney, Tom Dickey, who I've never heard of before, is the most entertaining lawyer online right now. He doesn't seem to agree with it. Tom also said that Luigi is expected to plead not guilty, and there's no evidence proving that he even committed a crime. That's the type of lawyer you want when you do a hit in broad daylight. Listen.
In Pennsylvania, the Constitution says that all crimes are generally a bailable offense. Bailable offense means you have to set some form of bail. The exception to that is if it's a capital case, which means the Commonwealth or the government is looking for the death penalty. And I'm proud to say I am one of the few attorneys in Pennsylvania that's qualified to do death penalty cases. But those which this is not a capital case, knock on wood, at least that I'm aware of it right now, or if a first degree murder, which carries in Pennsylvania life without parole. If the charge which you're faced with is life without parole, then you're not eligible for bail. Since the crime, at least what was set forth by the district attorney, was alleged to be a second degree murder, that's not life without parole. So I believe that bail should have been set.
But you also talked about like a home monitoring system was a possibility. His lack of prior criminal history. I mean, you really feel that your client should be out in the public. You do not feel that he's a threat to the community.
Yeah, now you got to understand, when you set bail, the judge could set $1 million bail. It could be $5 million bail, but damn it, you get bail. That's what you do. And like I said, anytime you look at the criminal justice system, pretend you're that one in that spotlight. You're going to want to be out. And, so yeah, I think he was entitled to bail, and the judge makes it $100 million or $10 billion or $100,000, he's entitled to bail. But to simply say no bail, in all due respect to the judge, I believe bail should have been set. Listen, I haven't seen any evidence that says that he's the shooter. So that's, like I said earlier, and I wasn't kidding around. A couple of things. If you're going to report something, report it accurately. And remember, and this is not just a small thing, the fundamental concept of American justice is a presumption of innocence, and until you're proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I've seen zero evidence at this point.
I mean, listen, that's the thing. That's the thing that we've been arguing, is that we deserve rights in this country. He has the right to bail. Do we think he should be bailed out? No, the bail could be set at $1 billion, $10 billion. But if the law says he's entitled to bail, he should get bail, right?
Yeah, if that's what the law says.
I mean, we're not saying he should be out on bail.
No.
Like, let's be very clear. Even though Rob goes to sleep at night hugging his laptop, no, the man killed somebody in broad daylight. It's evident that there's enough evidence there to determine at this point that they're no longer allegations, although we'll say he's innocent until proven guilty. That don't apply if you black though. So he's entitled to bail. So that's what he's saying. Well, while his attorney insists that there's no evidence tying him to any crimes, police say that the ghost gun found on him when he got arrested has been linked to 3 of the shell cases recovered. Remember, they said depose, defend, destroy, deny. I don't know. It said a lot of D's. It said all the things that line up with somebody killing a healthcare person because it's tied to the healthcare thing or whatever. Well, at the time of the murder, those casings that were found had those words on them, and that was connected to the gun that they had. Additionally, an alleged manifesto that Marina read, lots of pages. She didn't even jet GBT the summary of it for us. That was found on him during his arrest was also released, and in it, he allegedly wrote that, quote, "It had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming." Now, let me show you this allegedly manifesto that Marina read. Okay. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary school engineering, basic CAD, computer-aided design, and a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some staggering notes in it and a to-do list that illuminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much into there. I do apologize for any strife or traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the United States has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy. United Healthcare is the indecipherable word, world largest company in the U.S. by market cap. Behind only Apple, Google, and Walmart, it has grown and grown, but has not our life expectancy. Anyway, so you could read the rest of that. Luigi has become a hero. He's become what is almost looked at as a martyr because he sacrificed his life for all of us. At least that's what people online are saying. You know, a murder is a murder, but when the healthcare industry fucks you over and hurts your family or hurts you, desperate people do desperate things. And because of how he looks, and because of the fact that he is intelligent, educated, and is articulating why he did this in a way, it resonates with people's frustration and angers with the whole industry. This man, they are selling free Luigi shirts. They have turned Luigi and Mario into a stone cold killer. Everything online, people are supporting this guy. Now, I will tell you, I myself have sent a notice to my healthcare partners at Healthcare Unlocked, letting them know that I want $6 million that they owe me, or I intend to sue too. So we understand firsthand how underhanded the insurance game is. That goes all, I mean, it's bigger than that. Obamacare, something that Barack Obama put into legislation to give low-income families access to healthcare, quality healthcare, so that way it becomes more of a right instead of an option in our country. There are companies out there making hand over fist billions of dollars and taking advantage of everybody, not just you, the public, but the people who want to help the public get healthy. So lots more on that will be coming out for us. But back to this guy, right? He killed him. And people are saying, oh, he had this spinal cord injury, and then his mom had stuff, and that United Healthcare was at the helm of there being problems getting help. Well, in addition to his manifesto, it was reported that, as I said, he complained online several times about healthcare issues like the back pain, spine issues, IBS, and more. Luigi is said to have suffered from back pain since he was a child, with the condition considerably worsened by a surfing accident. Now, his back condition is also said to have even affected his relationship with his friends and family. And he reportedly took to Reddit to share all of these health issues all the way back in the day. Now, in 2018, he alleged complaints about having IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and got tested for SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. In 2023, he allegedly complained about having back and spine issues, dealing with pinched nerves, which I have 2 of them, and a rare condition called spondylolisthesis, where the vertebrae in the spine slips out of place. Now, he apparently underwent a successful surgery and recovered, sharing his experience online, and again, confirming the procedure in February this year. With all of that said, I mean, do we understand why he killed him, or is it still unacceptable?
No, I understand what he's saying and why he's claiming he did it, but I don't think vigilante justice is the way that we should go about things. But I do also think that this does cause a greater conversation. Like, companies shouldn't be putting profit over people. Like, we should have access to healthcare. We should have access to healthy food. We should have access to adequate housing, clean water. Like, these are things that are conversations we should be having.
These are also things that are not a priority of this administration coming in.
Exactly.
So, like, again, like, we feel like we deserve them. We feel like we need them, but we're not electing the people that have the same values or beliefs.
And I just feel like you still have to just send prayers out to his family, because he was only 50 years old. You know, he had like a wife and kids, which is, it's still sad, but I feel like the message is loud and clear, and the internet is dragging the McDonald's employee, because like you said, she didn't get her reward money, but she also got fired.
She did.
Yeah, they fired her because the internet found her face. She's like an old white lady, so they were like, we have to fire you because your safety is at risk at our store. And everyone's leaving the Yelp 1-star reviews on the
Oh,
McDonald's
yeah. The
location.
McDonald's has a 1-star Yelp review. Why hasn't anybody started a GoFundMe account for her?
I
don't know.
Right?
It's her, like,
Well, you know, what's crazy about this entire situation is it is elevating the conversation around, you know, the fact that we deserve in this country to have a right to health care. I went the other day just to get tested for my ear, nose, and throat, as I said on the last podcast, because I was having severe sinus issues. I mean, to the point to where they were debilitating me from being able to just have a normal day. $1,250 for a test is insane. On top, I had to go get the medicine. And every average day person, I'm thinking, how would they pay for that? They would have to go with the sinus infection or whatever it is that they have going on until it goes away or until they find some way of stealing, and killing to get the money. So, a lot of these things are in our communities that we see with crime. Even when I think about the work that I have to do in Stockton, you can't just fix crime by locking people up. When you starve people to death of opportunity and resources, how do you expect them to survive? You ain't getting bailed out, and your attorney, he's very entertaining, but you're not getting bailed out. And also, I think that it's important that as people, move forward in life, be careful out there too. All the CEOs are taking their names off of the internet or trying to, and they've actually started listing the name of CEOs of all the other healthcare companies.
Yep. And FAFSA.
What is FAFSA? Is that the student loans?
People are like, who knows the CEO of FAFSA?
I saw that. We posted that on Hollywood a lot. Y'all need to stop playing. Because they're looking at all of you now. And now your social manifestos, if something happens, But you were also the CEO of a $450 billion company, and you just walking down the street, in any street. I would have top flight security. I would have security like whatever's protecting Will and Jada's house. I would have that type of security. Imagine that entanglement. All right. Well, good luck to all involved. We'll be watching. Bye. All right. Well, a flying felon. This man took flight. I think he was in Las Vegas. Well, this was the man who went viral for the spider jumping and incident that led to him attacking a female judge in Las Vegas in the courtroom. Well, he's been sentenced to 26 to 65 years in prison. When he was originally in court, he wasn't even facing this type of time.
At all. So
maybe like a couple years or something. Well, if you missed what happened, it's our job to show you. Take a look.
With the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
They should have shot him, to be honest with you. And just note to self, this is why I've already started the conversation at City Hall in Stockton to say, I need to know our security plan. Because you never know when people do unpredictable stuff. Okay, this woman was 62 years old, by the way. District Judge Mary Kay Holthus. She was in the process of sentencing this 31-year-old three-time felon. His name is Deborah Redden, to 4 years in prison for attempted battery. He was going to get 4 years. Well, during the hearing, he lost his mind when Redden made what prosecutors described as a Superman-style leap over the bench, which you just saw, tackling the judge and pulling her hair while screaming obscenities. And if you saw, her little staffer was trying to beat him down with his little fist. Y'all were cracking jokes online. That wasn't funny. He was doing everything he could to save his boss. What could make a person so crazy that you run and jump over the bench and attack a judge in broad daylight?
I just feel like I just feel like he's not all the way there, and he hasn't been. Because did you see him talk after when he was responding to his sentencing? No. I feel like he's been dealing with a lot of mental health issues for like years. I don't feel like this just cracked him. I feel like he's always been a little.
I think that's going to be the conversation for this one and the one before, that they have mental challenges that they're trying to get over. But I don't know. Like, come on, like.
Well, I'll tell you right now, as a city council member, if somebody runs and jumps over the thing, you're authorized to shoot them. You'll be given city immunity or whatever happens. I'll talk to the district attorney, Ron Freitas. I just, you have to be in control of your emotions. I understand that there are people with mental health challenges, and we should do our best to help restrain them. But like when you are a big man like that, jumping over a bench, beating down an older woman for whatever reason, that's just crazy. But what also is crazy is y'all let that man beat on her in a way you wouldn't even let the families of victims beat on the defendants that killed him. I've been watching, ironically, on YouTube videos of people jumping and beating up people who had killed their family members. They don't even get one or two swings in. They get 1, 2, and then they dragged out of it. This man beat this woman. He should have been shot mid-flight. He should have landed right next to her.
Oh my God. Yeah, imagine if she passed away, because up to 60 years is crazy, and she didn't even pass away.
Man, she got up, she flipped her hair back and said, bitch, you
Right.
out of here.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to the judge being attacked, her law clerk and the police officer were also injured, along with the court marshal, who was left with a dislocated shoulder and a gash on his face requiring 25 stitches. Now, the whole incident went so viral, it was even spoofed on Saturday Night Live, but the flying felon wasn't laughing because he was facing new charges and placed in solitary confinement in the Clark County Jail. He now faces coercion with force or threat of force, extortion, intimidating public officers and others with the use of force, disregard of safety of person and property, and battery by a prisoner, probationer, or parolee. Things even got worse for the flying felon a month later when a grand jury slapped him with a 9-count indictment for attempted murder stemming from assaulting the judge. Now, at the time, Redden's foster mother, see, what we're not going to do is bring the foster care system into this, because I'm a foster kid and look how I turned out. At the time, Redden's foster mother, Karen Springer, who's probably related to Jerry Springer, and his older sister, LaDonna Daniels, revealed that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. However, court records indicated that he was found competent to stand trial. So, I mean, does bipolar and schizophrenia make you run, jump like a track star at the Olympics and fly like Superman in the air to attack a judge?
I mean, was he on his meds? I don't know. But I also don't know if I 100% trust the court records to say.
And it's not the court's job to feed him his meds.
Right.
Well, they're saying that since he was found to be competent for trial, it is what it is. Now, Redden's adult criminal history also revealed a troubling pattern with convictions for 3 felonies and 9 misdemeanors, many of which involve violent acts. Which then, is it the court's fault for not putting him in shackles and handcuffs? Because when I worked at juvenile probation, when we sent people who had violent crimes or had violent history to court, they were in shackles and handcuffs. And if they were spitters, you put masks on their face. I mean, oh yes.
And if they knew that his mental well-being was also a concern, but they're trying to say, oh, but he was competent enough for trial, I think there should have been some consideration.
So
taken.
he could take the stand in his own trial and say, y'all knew what it was.
I think so. I think they said that was a setup
Right.
because he just flew there with ease.
Well, nearly after 10 months after being indicted, flying felon has now been sentenced to 26 to 56 years in prison by Judge Susan Johnson. Now, he initially faced 7 charges, pleading guilty to 6, and to 1 he claimed not guilty by reason of insanity. Here's what he told the judge after being sentenced.
Miss Judge Susan H. Johnson, I don't understand why the state is like really going after my character. I mean, I've always had problems since I was a little kid of like psychosis and being in big crowds and always feel like my life is in danger. I didn't know, being a young person, even in middle school, elementary school, knowing that like I fear for my safety. I'm just being me, going to school, growing up, trying to do the right things. I never get tired of trying to do the right things. The state just said that I have no remorse. Like, I feel like Judge Johnson, she doesn't know me. I understand she's doing her job. I'm not mad at her for that. But I know that I'm not a bad person, and I'm thinking, like, even she knows that, but I'm sitting here like she's doing her job, you know? And I believe that you all know that I'm not a bad person. I'm not an evil person. When I came to court on January 3rd, 2024, I was listening to music. I was in a good mood. I had a stable place to stay. I was trying to get a job. I did not catch any new charges. I'm not a bad person. I don't understand why the state is trying to prove me as a bad person. I understand they have a job to do, but this is just, it's not right to me, you know? I'm not an evil guy, and I just keep going after me. I see spirits, I hear voices. I've been going through this for over a decade now, really since 2012, you know? And I just feel attacked or just not safe since I was a little kid. And me growing up, I didn't know.
Bruh, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Matter of fact, hold on, I got so many buttons. Hold on.
It was all a lie.
Do we care?
I do feel bad.
Why?
Cause I see he wants to be good, but I think he just has a lot of mental issues. I feel bad for him.
Okay, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way. Okay, but I have to be Jason Lee. There are a lot of nice dogs being put down at the pound.
I feel bad for them.
But they're still being put down. So take whatever you want from that. Fly out of here. I love my day job. It's going to make city council it's going to be well balanced. Like I'm going to be really in the business and helping the people and holding people accountable. And then I'm going to come over here and just put flying felons to sleep.
Correct.
Okay. All right. G-Herbo looks like he's hanging out with his baby moms. I flew on a flight once sitting behind G-Herbo. He has a snoring problem. Let me put that out there really quick. And both of his baby moms know that because y'all both slept with him. All right. Well, look, the internet has been gagging. Oh, we need our gagging button back, right? Oh. Gagging. After Chicago rapper G-Herbo partied with both his baby mamas, Ari Fletcher and Taina Williams. Now, this trio has been entangled in a love triangle for a long time, as fans claim G-Herbo cheated on Ari with Taina, who he shares 2 kids with, and cheated on Taina with Ari, whom he shares a son with, and Ari is dating Moneybag Yo, who we like, who is yet to pull up, but whatever. We actually love everybody up here, even you, G-Herbo. We don't know you. But, there's a lot of sharing around here. This is one family who knows how to get along. Well, we saw the women trying to remain mature for the kids, but things would get messy, like Ari telling Taina to stop posting her and G-Herbo's son on her social pages, and G-Herbo is obviously no longer with Ari because she's dating who we said Moneybag, and G-Herbo is no longer with Taina as of June 2023. Well, seemingly now they all have joined forces over a man they no longer want because Ari and Taina were spotted dancing with each other and poking fun at G-Herbo in the club. Didn't see it? Let me show you. We're not going to play any music because, we just ain't doing that. That's Hollywood Vito, so this is definitely in Miami because I know Vito. Shout out to him. And then they are dancing to Sexy Red song, Fuck My Baby Daddy, Fuck Your Baby Daddy, Fuck Our Baby Daddy, while pointing out to G-Herbo, fuck him. And then they're dancing and freaking on each other, and if they drank enough 1942, probably ended up at home together. Well, when fans started claiming that G-Herbo was the one to set his baby mama straight, Ari Fletcher fired back, and here's what a social user said and her response to that. Let me call G-Herbo and get some advice because my baby mamas would have been rolling in the club. It would have been Baddies, Louisiana. And she said, advice on what? He ain't got shit to do with that. Y'all give niggas too much credit. We 2 grown-ass women. He didn't mend or coach us through shit. That was all us. Look, I'm all here for it. The fact that, that G-Herbo can have 2 of his baby moms get together. It gives me hope that Fredo and his 7 baby moms can all get together. Well, anyway, here's a picture of Fredo.
Oh, Fredo.
Listen, here's his Instagram. All right, well, but isn't it good to see families get together? Like when you're a blended family. Dr. Bryant, when you're a blended family working together, doesn't it look good to see them like hanging out?
Yeah, I love it. And I mean, they have children who are related, even though they're not, they're connected through him, but their kids are family. So I think it's great that they're, developing a relationship with each other so that their kids ultimately know each other and have a great relationship moving forward. That's wonderful.
And I feel like this is a sign that they're really over him because if one of them really had feelings for him, I feel like they would have been fighting. But the fact that they're like all coexisting, I love it.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that we're reporting on something with rappers that doesn't involve gun violence, arrests, child molest, dildos, baby oil, and all types of other crazy things.
It's refreshing.
All right, G-Herbo, congratulations. You and your baby moms are getting together. Side note, where was Moneybag Yo? Why was he not around there?
Are they still together?
Because I will tell you that if I was dating somebody who had kids with a woman, would I want him out partying with her? No.
But what if they're really, really over with?
No. Because we all know once you have a baby by somebody, you can call it up. You know what I mean?
Black.
I'm not saying that's the case in this instance, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, if I'm dating somebody and you have kids, like have a relationship, be there for your kid and all that. But like at the strip club, dancing and no, I'm not there yet. But then again, I'm also single. So good luck, guys. Bye. All right, Jamie Foxx is on the mend or back at it, and I want to give him a round of applause because Jamie is healthy. Jamie Foxx, everybody loves Jamie Foxx. When I first came to LA, Jamie was one of the first people that I would be around and go to his homes. I'm not a friend of Jamie's, and I've only met him a few times, like directly, but I've been to his house parties many times. No, there was no baby oil, and no, there were no dildos. But Jamie always had the party that you want to go to. I remember years ago, Drake was like performing on the roof of his house or something crazy. And then there were times where me and Floyd would go to the house and Jamie has a studio in his backyard. But Jamie was always very accommodating. Jamie had a very big medical scare, well,
Allegedly.
last year or this year. And, you know, now it's starting to seem like it's a bit more real. I mean, we were all, you know, given some whispers on the side that maybe there were other reasons why he just disappeared. And, you know, he allegedly had a stroke, which I'll get into in a second, and came back and, you know, didn't have the droopy face or anything like that. So people didn't really know what was going on. What?
That's what they said.
Well, after leaving fans concerned as he suffered a medical emergency, Jamie Foxx is finally breaking his silence about what happened. Now, back in April of 2023, Jamie Foxx's daughter, Corinne Foxx, told social media that her father had suffered a medical complication, that's what she called it, and was recovering in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, this stunned people because it happened out of nowhere on social media while he was in the middle of filming. Now, in May of 2023, Jamie shared his first health update stating that he was feeling blessed. And in July 2023, Jamie was back in the public eye, talking to fans and enjoying life again. Since then, you know, he's been kind of hushed on what happened to him. Now, mind you, this happened so fast, and the way he disappeared out of the blue and then came back and seemed normal had a lot of people speculating that there were other things happening. Well, he recently discussed it in his newly released Netflix special, Jamie Foxx. What had happened was Jamie revealed his diagnosis, and this is what he said.
I was in that tunnel, though. It was hot in that tunnel. Shit, am I going to the wrong place in this motherfucker? Because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil like, come on, nigga. Was that Puffy? I'm fucking around. But if it was Puffy, he had like a flaming bottle of Johnson & no, I'm just kidding. Come on in here, nigga. No, I'm just kidding. No, I saw the tunnel, I didn't see the light. But my sister prayed the whole time. And when that cool white dude, Dr. Schutte, came out, he said, well, you was right. Your prayers are answered. We didn't find where it was coming from. But he is having that stroke. He may be able to make a full recovery, but it's going to be the worst year of his life. That's what it was, Atlanta. You finally got the story. But I'm going to tell you something about my sister, Deidre Dixon, and my daughter, Corinne Marie Foxx. They held me the fuck down. That saved my life. The internet was trying to kill me, though. The internet said that Puffy tried to kill me. That's what the internet was saying. I know what you're thinking. Did he? Hell no, nigga. I left them parties early. I was out by 9, nigga. Something don't look right, nigga. It's slippery in here. Atlanta saved my life.
Diddy, you're messy. Now, why doesn't he get labeled messy when he does shit like that? Because he's a comic. It's
He's a
done in the spirit of
comedian.
comedy.
Yeah.
So should I be doing this more in the spirit of comedy?
You do kind of.
I think so.
Yeah,
So technically, I'm a
keep it
comedian
stand-up. Yeah.
podcaster.
Yeah.
you are.
Put some respect on my content. Well, that was funny, Jamie. Jamie is hilarious and super talented, by the way. Did he? You know, Jamie, you didn't leave by 9 o'clock because I saw you there later than 9. Look, I've been at the parties later than 9. What Jamie's saying is we didn't go when the slip and slides were brought out and when some of y'all favorite artists were busting it open for Diddy. Well,
Allegedly.
I'm glad that he's bringing some humor to it because this is so chaotic. By the way, they've slapped Diddy with 3 more lawsuits, and Diddy at this point is just buried under lawsuits and trying to dig his way out. No pun intended. Jamie also jokingly chimed. Wait, isn't it funny that he threw the jab at Diddy?
Yeah, because I feel like if he didn't, people would be like, "What? Where's the Diddy joke?"
And that's what good comedy is.
Yeah.
Like he made fun of himself. He made fun of the Diddy situation. He got a little emotional. That's what comedy should do. It's take you on a ride.
I'm gonna watch it because unlike some of you other comedians who have these specials, they're not funny. Jamie's actually funny and talented. I'm gonna go watch. Well, Jamie also jokingly claimed that he was done dating white women. As you know, Jamie's daughter's mother is a white woman named Connie Klein, and Jamie also had a 6-year romance with Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes, who used to be married to Tom Cruise, who was Jamie's friend. Yeah. And Jamie was linked to Kate Beckinsale and has been dating a woman named Alice Huckstep. But here's what Jamie said as he sang and played his piano. Listen.
And what did the internet say? That ain't no goddamn Jamie. That's a clone. And then you saw me with a white girl. That's Jamie. You know that nigga love them white bitches. She's like, you goddamn right he does. I know he be in them white bitches. That's probably why he stroked out with all them goddamn bunnies and shit. Get you a black girl, you'll stay alive, nigga. All them bunnies got you stressed the fuck out, Jamie, with your black ass. But sisters, I'm here to tell you, I've been cured. No more white girls. No more white girls. I'm back on the black side of town. No more white girls. No more potato salad and raisins. No more white girls. No more spray tan. No more big titties. No ass. No more white girls. Gotta let them know. No more white women. Every month is February all year long. Hallelujah. No more honkies. No more white women. I'm back on the black side of town. No more white girls. I've been cured. I've been cured since. No more white girls in public.
Rob and I are both third-party offended for Marina. But those are different type of white girls. Those aren't white girls with swag who are down for the culture, but I understand what he's saying. But Jamie, don't blame it on the white girls because you love them. You love one so much that you backstabbed Tom Cruise to take his girl. I remember y'all was hiding that. And I remember when I found out about that, it was Claudia Jordan that spilled that tea. She did it on accident.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Claudia don't allegedly. Claudia, let me tell you something about Claudia.
I love her.
Claudia Jordan, we love you, Claudia. She's so messy, but classy messy. And when she spills the tea, she becomes the victim. Like, oh my God, what happened? I remember when she spilled that tea and then went and did another interview clearing up that she didn't mean to spill the tea. But we don't really know what's, a secret out here. I mean, Tyron Turner recently did an interview where he talked about Jamie having a basketball game at his house and they were asked about all the men being naked. Johnny, okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. If we found the clip, Johnny put it in right here. If we did not, you have to go look for it. But here it is or not.
It's crazy, man. But looking at this Jaguar Wright interview, she also alleging that Jamie Foxx he be having naked basketball games at his house. Is there any truth to that?
So let me explain. First of all, I remember a basketball game, right? I do remember a basketball game, but I remember Jamie being working on a film called Jarhead. Wasn't nowhere around when the situation was at Bay. But so listen, so at the basketball game, it was actually a basketball game. It wasn't like dudes and it just playing basketball naked. No, it's just like how when you play basketball and horse, it was horse. So say you got some girls and guys and it's horse. and you're playing horse and you miss, and somebody be like, may take off a ring or you try to take off a shoestring, you try to take off everything, but because you're playing a game. So it really was a game of horse that was like, oh, if you miss something, take a sock off or not nobody just going outside playing no naked ass basketball.
Tyron was talking about the fact that they would play a game called horse, and as you were playing, people would start taking clothes off. Did he or didn't he do it? I don't know. I'm so glad that I had body shaming issues, that I didn't have people running around my house butt naked, swinging from totem pole to totem pole. Anyway, all jokes aside, and those are jokes because I'm a comedic podcaster now. Jamie, I'm glad that you're healthy, bro. You are one of the good ones, and you've always been so many people showed up for his party. Shout out to Ernest who did the party with him for Netflix. I didn't get invited, but nonetheless, I wouldn't have went anyway because I'm in the house with nasal issues. It looked really good, though. It was good to see so many people out celebrating Jamie, because Jamie is one of those people that everybody loves. So glad that you're healthy. All right. Don't have no more lead strokes. Bye. If anybody kills me, Jay-Z's back in the news. Now, let me stop saying that, because Jay ain't trying to kill me. I just be saying stuff to go viral. Do your thing, TikTok. Jay-Z, he ain't fazed by me, and he ain't fazed by this lawsuit. In the last episode, we talked about Jay-Z being named in a previous filed Diddy suit where this person named Jane Doe, in case you need a refresher, she amended her October filing to add Jay-Z's name, alleging that he and Diddy raped her at Puff's VMA's after party in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. Now, Hove immediately fired back with a scathing statement, which sparked a response from the woman's attorney, Tony Busby, whom Hove called an ambulance chaser. Jay-Z then fired back in court, demanding that she reveal her name, and the legal team also filed a motion for an expedited hearing and ultimately just to dismiss this case. Now, Jay-Z's lawyers allege that Tony Busby has been forcing clients to make false allegations against Diddy. And we've said at the show many times that there is this new thing where people come up with these claims or whatever, they then go to the celebrity to try to extort them, they then file a lawsuit to embarrass them, and then they cripple them with all the pressure into a submission. And that's probably what may be a part of what's happening here. We saw the video where Diddy beat up Cassie, and at that point, the whole world said, fuck Diddy. So he had no real support. And then the industry kind of abandoned Diddy. And then here comes rumors after rumors, including him touching that guy allegedly on a boat and, all these crazy things. Well, he was hoping that some of these people were hoping that they would just get a quick settlement. Well, now Tony Busby is fighting back, claiming that he has proof of New York investigators contacting his current and former clients and offering them money to sue his law firm. Well, regardless of the claims against Jay-Z, his partnership with the NFL is solid, and it's not going to change, because Roger Goodell, who's the NFL commissioner, had this to say. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, during his press conference, is asked about Jay-Z and the allegations, and he said, quote, "We are aware of the civil litigation and Jay-Z's strong response." He summed it up saying the relationship is not changing. Well, why should it change? There's no proof, right?
Absolutely. That's how it should be. We are presumed innocent until proven guilty. And I don't think that people should have a massive fallout and lose everything and then in the end up being innocent. They should have their time in court and then decisions made after.
I agree. Everyone should be innocent, but I feel like it's to try to say Jay-Z's innocent. I feel like it's going to age really badly if it turns out to not be true. So
and that is the only reason why I have yet to say I don't believe it, right? Because I will say they are unbelievable claims, right? They're unbelievable claims, but I won't say I don't believe it, because I don't want to be the one on record that everybody goes, see, you did this, you did that. I mean, they do sound so absurd, but again, a lot of people do absurd things. I'm not saying that Jay is one of those people. And I saw that Stephen A. Smith was recently on his show. He actually said that he don't care what nobody had to say. He believes that they're all lies. Take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
I can't believe for 1 second that he would ever be associated with an allegation like this. And I felt it was important to bring that up because you got people out there. Stephen A., you had something to say about Diddy. Why aren't you going to have something to say about Jay-Z? Well, I don't know Diddy. I've met him a few times, talked to him a few times, absolutely. But I've known Jay-Z for 25 years. I don't believe it. Now, that's as far as I can go, because again, if you can't provide eyewitness evidence to refute the allegations that have been levied against anyone, it's irresponsible to go over the airwaves and go any further than that. It is not irresponsible to point out who a friend of mine is. Somebody that I've come to know and love and don't believe for 1 second would be capable of such a thing. That's not irresponsible. That's love right there. Because of what you know about a person, based on your personal interactions with them, along with the people that have been around them. I don't believe it. And I tell you what also made me comfortable enough to come on the camera and say this to all of y'all. That quote that Jay-Z gave. Put it up there again, because I want the audience to see it again. I want to read the quote to you, okay? These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one.
Well, you know, what happens if it doesn't age well? What happens if other shoes drop? I am praying to God. I ain't gonna lie, I prayed for Beyonce. I didn't pray for you, Jay-Z, because I prayed for your wife because I love her. But I prayed for her because she doesn't deserve, your kids don't deserve, you don't deserve either to be going through this if it's not true. But if it is true, and if any of this does come out in the watch that you were involved with anything wrong, Beyonce, who is our Michael Jackson, who you know, she just means so much to the world and so much to you, that she just doesn't deserve to go through this. You know, me and Rob were talking yesterday. I was saying on the last podcast when I was sitting here talking, I was almost getting emotional because of how much I really love Beyonce and how this is just, it's complicated on many things because a lot of my friends work for her. And so then there's that. Like, I be checking, like, did y'all unfollow me yet? And then, like, I love Kelly Rowland. And I love Angie, their cousin. And, you know, I have a lot of respect for their nephew who's coming up in the modeling game. And I love Tina Knowles. And Beyonce just, you know, people don't really realize, like, as we were dreaming up Hollywood Unlocked and as we were cultivating on this, how many times me and Rob sat in his house and watched her DVDs over and over and over and over and over because she's just so iconic. And I feel privileged to be able to live in an era where I can see somebody like her and just admire her in a way as an adult that I did as a kid with Michael Jackson. But that said, I got a job to do. Like Wendy Williams would say, pow, pow. And, you know, talking about the things that people are talking about and trying to get to the details sometimes gets a little dicey for people. And I think people, because I am so close to the industry and people in it, that they feel like I'm one of them and shouldn't be talking about. I ain't one of y'all. I don't need to be invited to the parties. I am stepping into a world of wanting to really focus on my community, although I still love it. But I understand why Wendy never wanted to be in it. She always wanted to be on the outside watching. Wendy never wanted to be nobody's friend. And so it's just been really emotional for me to have to speak on it because, damn, this is going to go to trial. People are going to get subpoenaed. People are going to be on witness stands. If Jay-Z gets indicted, does Beyonce wear Valentino to court or does she wear House of Darion? Like, what is going to happen? And now it's just gotten really weird because rappers are scared to do interviews. Celebrities don't want to get questions. So now we're at a show where we ask people everything. We're actually saying we're no longer going to ask guests about Diddy or Jay-Z unless they have a direct connection to something that's in the news about it, because we want people to know that this is still a safe space where we don't want to just get viral clips of you saying crazy stuff. We actually want to know more about our favorite artists. So I wish everybody, well, I do believe they need to release the lady's name, because while we don't want to say he's probably guilty, we also don't believe it's fair that somebody can just have somebody throw their whole name. I mean, Jay-Z's name in the press right now, if you just Google Jay-Z, it's all about rape allegations. These stories are never going away. So no matter if this gets fixed or not fixed, the allegation of rape on Jay-Z is a lifelong thing that his kids can Google. So the other thing, Rob, you and I were talking about was when we did the show and I said, oh, you know what I got on Beyonce and I did this, we beeped it out. The audience didn't hear it. We know what we said, but it was not this.
No, it was not.
And so people probably think that this is what it was, because what I had heard was Jay-Z was so afraid for whatever reason, well, I'll say allegedly concerned that he wanted to talk to me. Maybe they knew that this was percolating because they had been being extorted allegedly and thought I was going to be a part of the extortion. Jay, let me tell you this, because I know you watching. You and your goons. First of all, I would never platform an allegation like this, especially because of Beyonce and you. So let's just say that. What I talked about, I still won't share because Rob was saying maybe we should release it. It was really protecting your family. I mean, you guys just didn't know about it. And part of what was frustrating was Yvette knows, and Yvette has not built the bridge properly and has in many ways broken the relationship. And I know that people feel like I shouldn't hold them accountable for Yvette, but no, your representation, your staff, your people are an extension of you. And when you put them out there as the front line to handle everything with those are the gatekeepers and nobody can get through, that's what happens. This is my telephone call to you, the internet. I don't have your number, 911. But either way, now things are weird. But this 13-year-old sleeping with minors, that was not on our radar. That's not what we talked about. It was all about protecting the family. Okay, well, I'm glad we cleared that up. Well, now the Carters aren't letting the rape allegations stop their bags because Jay-Z still has that whole big old bag with the NFL, even though Colin Kaepernick still don't have a job. Beyonce is also getting it back because she's going to be performing at the NFL halftime show, which we'll give her a round of applause. I still don't think it's going to beat Rihanna's Super Bowl numbers, though.
Me neither.
Because she beat everybody.
And did.
It's Riri.
We love you, Rihanna.
Huh.
Well, Jay-Z still got the NFL bag. He brought his wife in now, which is probably nepotism, and got her an NFL bag during Christmas. And their firstborn, Blue Ivy Carter, who's beautiful, looks just like a baby Beyonce, and she's only 12 years old, and she's so damn tall already. She just made her feature film debut as the voice of Kiara in Mufasa the Lion King, which also stars Beyonce. Here's the Carters at the premiere. Show you a picture of them looking all... You know, if the Illuminati had a picture...
Please.
Because Tina Knowles looked like she got that OJ glove on, like she was just going to kill the bitch who started these 13-year-old. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. I love Tina, by the way. Instead of celebrating the 12-year-old Blue Ivy on her first feature film, critics were slamming her look, claiming that she was dressed too fast, showed too much shoulder, and had on too much makeup. Let me show you a beautiful photo of Blue Ivy. Let me first start by saying that there will be no Blue Ivy slander, attacks, or anything. I thought she looked elegant. That dress could not have been more beautiful. She's perfectly covered up. Her face is beautiful. Shout out to Sir John, who I believe did the makeup, and Neil, who did the hair, the fabulous team. I think she looks like baby Beyonce. And let me tell you something. One thing I know, I was watching the videos. They did this behind the scenes on Good Morning America, where they show behind the scenes of Beyonce and talking to Blue Ivy. You have to remember, Beyonce's whole experience giving birth to Blue Ivy has been embedded in drama. Remember when she had the interview and her stomach looked like it tucked and they said she had a fake belly? That was Blue Ivy from them. Blue Ivy has been constantly, remember, Karrueche talked about her hair on 106 in Park, and then 106 in Park got canceled. And a lot of people used to talk about Blue Ivy's hair as a baby growing up just with natural hair, because we in this country believe you have to have bone straight hair or this, that, or a lat relaxer to have healthy hair. She had beautiful hair. So Blue Ivy has been attacked. And think about this, as a 12-year-old growing up in the limelight, and your parents are two of the biggest superstars in the world, and the type of vulnerability, and I mean, that's a lot of pressure for a 12-year-old, right? Mm-hmm. How does one even prepare their kids for that?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure they've been shielding her from it, or at least prepping her for it her entire life, because she's been in the spotlight her entire life. But it's just crazy to me. She looked like a Barbie doll. She looked like a princess. I think we should be celebrating her for like her achievements and congratulating her. But still, you go to comments and you see people body shaming her or talking about she looks too mature. It's ridiculous.
I think she looks gorgeous.
I thought she looked great.
You know, I will say that when I thought, because I've been thinking a lot about this after Art Basel, when I ran into somebody from their group and we had a conversation of the humanization of these stories that we talk about, because Jay-Z, people may say he's fighting back because he's guilty. I think he's fighting back because he's a dad trying to protect his image and the image of him as a father to his kid. And Blue Ivy is at an age where she's scrolling on Hollywood Unlocked. And don't think they ain't on Hollywood Unlocked. They come. Watch this. Do your thing, TikTok. They coming. Well, Blue Ivy also did an outfit change, and she changed into another dress just so you haters could live. Take a look. Can we just run that back so you can see how Beyonce walked out? Because she's a bad bitch. Look. I still love you, Beyonce. I thought she looked great. She's so well poised. You could tell she's gone through some training, you know, because even how Beyonce walked out holding her little dress so it didn't peek out, and then she came out with her hands straight down. These people have gone through robotic training since they were kids. But I thought they looked great. And look, I just pray that they are able to get back to some level of normalcy and enjoying all of the success that they've had. And it's just disappointing to see that they've had this much drama built around something that hopefully is the end of it. But, you know, again, there's always room for this to continue to grow. And if more things come out, and if some of the past that people talked about with Jay come out, which they can, Jay, we all got a job to do. Pow pow. And that's not to say send your shooters, okay? Well, regardless of the criticism, Blue Ivy's family is proud. And in the Good Morning America exclusive, I think I told you, B had a lot to say about it, and this is what she said.
We're here today recording The Lion King.
Don't stare at me when
I can't help it. He's just too beautiful, girl. I'm gonna be right here closing my eyes.
If I told my younger self that I was in a movie, I'd never believe myself. And
well, you are, girl. You are. Seeing Blue as Kiara and hearing her voice come out of that character. Oh. Give me a second, because I'm still I can't believe that's my baby. Oh, that's so amazing. It was really hard to focus and to do my job after that. So I was like, wait, hold up, guys. Y'all gotta give me a second. I have to digest that. I'm so proud of her.
it's just a really amazing experience, and I feel like everybody that's a part of this is so helpful and supportive. The director, Barry, is a person, and he tells me ways that I can improve in my lines, and he's very supportive of me and tells me in the nicest way possible, and I feel like so does everybody else. And I feel like this is just a great experience for me, and I'm really happy for girls that look like me all around the world are able to watch this movie and hear and see themselves in it.
She did such a beautiful job, and I can't believe how natural she is, and I'm just proud of you. I'm so proud of you, and I can't believe how big and grown up you are, and I'm proud that she's gonna represent so many young brown girls around the world. Nobody's prouder than mommy.
I love it. I love it. I mean, where do you think this is gonna go with the Jay and 13-year-old and all the allegations? You think it's gonna go away?
It's gonna live out there forever now, but you know, again, we don't know details, and I hope people just like stop themselves from like giving too many opinions until we know more and let them have his day in court.
I just hope whatever the truth is, it comes out, because I feel like with money, power, that's why I think the Diddy thing is so strong, because no matter how much money and power and clout you have, like the truth is still getting exposed. So I just want that to happen.
Well, God bless all involved. That's it. Bye. Now it's time to get to thoughts and prayers. Maturity is a beautiful thing. I mean, after years of drama between Ari and Taina over G-Herbo, the two women hashed things out on their own, and we're seeing tossing back shots and twerking on each other. I guess the common op will do that to you. Hey, Herbo. Just kidding. But it's great to see them all hanging out and happy, just like it's great to see Jamie Foxx back on stage again, looking healthy and making jokes about his love for white women. He even addressed y'all claiming Diddy tried to take him out. Man, the internet is always trying to unalive somebody. And speaking of unaliving people, The United Healthcare CEO murder suspect and his lawyer insist that he's innocent and that prosecutors don't have a lick of evidence to prove otherwise. Sorry to remind y'all, but the prosecutors said they actually do. They claim the gun found on him was linked to the shell casings at the murder scene, and those flying darts are starting to stick. And speaking of things flying, the flying felon landed his butt in prison for 26 to 65 years, all because he believed he could fly like R. Kelly and found himself in prison just like him too. Meanwhile, a former collaborator of R. Kelly, Jay-Z, is facing his own allegations of abusing a minor, but Hov is maintaining his innocence. And for now, that NFL bag. As always, we'll be right here as the case progresses and keeping our halo on as we pray to God that all this madness goes away. That's all we have for the show. Follow us everywhere you can. Make sure you stay locked to us in all social media. Let me get out of here before the goons get me. I'm out of here. Bye.
The Jason Lee Podcast.